This is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do the interweave cable stitch. And this stitch can be difficult if you haven't mastered the triple crochet or the front post and back post crochet. So if you're good at those things, then you should be able to do this stitch with no problem. I wouldn't say that this is really a stitch for beginners, but more for like intermediate beginners who know the front post and back post crochet. So this is an afghan that I'm making. It's not quite done. I've got quite a bit of it done though. I still need a good chunk left to do, and it's coming out a little smaller than I wanted, so I think I'm going to put a border on the end of it when I'm done. And this stitch, the way it works up when you work it back and forth, as you can see, the back is all like this, where there's like, you know, stuff going through it, but see how it kind of covers the holes some? I've tried to do, when turning, I've tried to use the slip stitch, and all it does is leave on the back side, you can see the holes. So for this reason, it's important that you go ahead and use single crochets, because it will help cover those holes a little bit. And of course you'll understand more later. For this afghan, I chained 162, but and this is made for twin size, but it didn't really come out so wide, you know, to hang off the side of the beds as much as I'd like. So I think if I just added kind of a border around it, then it will probably be okay. So if you wanted to make a twin size, then I would say you can do 162 or add in multiples of 4 until you get the size that you want. And then once you got it, then you can chain 2 and begin. And I will show you how to begin. Oh, this yarn I'm using, in case you're wondering, is Elise, and it's probably backwards, and my camera's backwards. This is 100 grams and 3.5 ounces and 383 yards. So just one of these is 383 yards. And so far it's taken me over 10, and I'm still not done. So if you're gonna make a blanket like this, twin size, I would definitely get like 15 or 20 skeins just to be on the safe side, because I'm making a border. So I've gotten 20 skeins. So if I have any left, I'll try to put some up on the shop. So far I've been buying every skein that she has of the stuff. She orders it and tells me it's in, and I go and buy all she has, so just to try to make this afghan. So anyway, this is also worsted weight yarn, but you can use, for this stitch, you can use any size yarn and any size hook for that yarn. So for instance, if you want to use cotton yarn, you can use cotton yarn and the appropriate hook size for that. So go ahead and get whatever hook size. I'm going to be using a 5 millimeter hook, size H hook, just because I'm using worsted weight yarn, which is 4 ply for the US and 10 ply for Australia. So go ahead and grab those things and let's get started. Okay, to begin, like I said, you want to chain in multiples of 4 till you get the size that you want. I'm just going to be making like a little swatch or demo here, so I'm not going to go too far. I'm just going to go 4, then I chained another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go about 20 stitches, and then when I'm done, I'll chain 2. So once you got the size that you want in multiples of 4, chain 2 when you're ready, when it's the size you want. Then I'm going to skip down to the 3rd stitch from the hook. So you've got 1, 2, and 3. In this 3rd stitch, you want to do a double crochet. And you want to double crochet in each stitch down on your chain. So continue to do that, double crochet all the way down your chain. I'll see you back here in a moment. Okay, so when you get done with your double crochet, sorry if you can hear all that construction outside. It's going to be like that for at least a year. They're building a building beside me. So anyway, when you get to the end, you want to chain 2. Actually, you want to chain 1. Chain 1 and turn. And the reason why you're going to chain 1 is because the very first 2 stitches you're going to be doing a half double crochet. So you'll yarn over once, go into that very first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and do this again in the second one as well. So stitches 1 and 2 are half double crochets. Now stitch 3 and 4 you want to skip. So you want to skip 2 stitches. And then in stitches 5 and 6 you want to be using the post of these 2 stitches to start making your stitch. And we're going to be working with triple crochets. So you're going to skip 2 stitches here, and then now on the post of the 5th stitch, yarn over twice, pick up the post, and do a triple crochet. Again, yarn over twice, go into the next post, do a triple crochet. So we should have 2 half double crochets, 2 skipped stitches here of the post, and then 2 triple crochets. Now this is the tricky part to create the weave on this particular row, because it will change. There's basically 2 rows of this weave. So this is going to be the first one. Again, you'll yarn over twice because you're going to be doing a triple crochet, and this time you want to go behind these triple crochets. So basically you're going to be putting your hook behind them and grabbing onto this post, the first post that you skipped, which would be stitch number 3. Grab it with your hook and pull it up to the back. And I'll show you that again. Get a little closer. Some people say if I get too close it's hard to see. So I was trying to stay back, but I'm going to try again here. You yarn over twice. You're going to be going behind these 2 stitches, and you're going to be grabbing up the post, which is post of the 3rd stitch, stitch number 3, and you're going to be pulling it up. And then you'll do a triple crochet onto the post. And you'll do that again, yarn over twice. Now you're going to be grabbing stitch number 4, the post, grab it with your hook and pull it up and do a triple crochet. And now you have those 2 crisscrossed. And again, you'll be skipping the next 2 posts and triple crocheting on the next 2. So skip 2, grab that 3rd post and do a triple crochet. And again, the one beside it, do a triple crochet. And then again, you yarn over, go behind, and grab up that first post that you skipped and pull it up. Pull it up behind the triple crochets that you did. And again, go behind, whoops, go here, go behind your stitches, grab that post with your hook and pull it up. And then do a triple crochet. Just back out a bit now for those who think I'm a bit too close, they can't see. And I'll do it again. Again, after you do a cross like that, you always want to skip 2 stitches, because these will be the 2 stitches that you'll be backing up into, and you'll work your next triple crochet on the next post. Then in the next post, another triple crochet. And then now, triple crochet on the first stitch that you skipped. Get that on the post and pull it up behind. By pulling it up, it makes it so much easier to work on. So get behind there, grab the stitch, pull it up so that you can actually work over it. And you keep it going. You'll only do double crochets. This first row of double crochets that you did when you started, that'll be the only row that you do like that. Unless you want to make your final row of your afghan like that too, if you're making an afghan. You can use this to make almost anything. This is just showing you how to do this back and forth. I'll also have a video showing you how to do this stitch in the round. So again, you go behind, grab that first skipped stitch, and do a triple crochet. Triple crochets are just like double crochets, except you just yarn over one more time, and you'll be counting. You'll be going through 3 times. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you do that until you're at the last 2 stitches, and you do the same thing as you did for your first 2 stitches. You'll put a half double crochet. So yarn over once, go into the first stitch, half double crochet. Yarn over, go into the very last stitch, and half double crochet. Now you've completed your first row. So again, you want to chain 1 and turn. Now for these rows, to get back to the other side, you're going to be just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I'm just putting 1 single crochet. When you get back up to the end, I'll show you how to start the second row. Okay, again, when you get to the end of your single crochet row, you'll chain 1 and turn. And again, you're going to be working half double crochets. Last row you did 2 half double crochets, and then you started your stitch. Now this row, which is, because there's going to be 2 rows of the interweave part. So I'm not counting the single crochet row that obviously you do. I'm just talking about the interweave part. There'll be 2 different rows of this basically. So one, you'll always be doing 2 half double crochets and then starting. And then the next one, you'll yarn over and go into the first 4 stitches. So 1, 2, and then now you have this part really close up here. So it can't really be worked with very easily. So you're going to be going and putting half double crochet in the top of both those stitches too. So now you have 4 half double crochets. And now you want to skip 2, and you want to be working in this first, when I mean skip 2 is each of them have an X. Let me get just a little closer here. Each of these have like a crisscross. One going this way and then one going this way, which at the present time is behind it. As you can see down, if you on your own work, if you look, you have one going this way behind it. Well, these part behind it here you go. This is something you're going to be working with this round. So you'll be going on this part, these 2 stitches that are going to this direction. You're going to be working on these first, and then you're going to come back and you're going to be grabbing up the ones that are behind on this side. So you'll be getting this stitch and this stitch, the ones that are facing this direction, behind this one. So you're going to be grabbing those 2 stitches. So first off, you'll do a triple crochet here and a triple crochet here, and then you'll back up and you'll grab this one and do a triple crochet, and this one and do a triple crochet. So I wanted to show you that before I start getting all the yarn in the way. So yarn over twice, and now grab the triple crochets running this way and do a triple crochet. And this one, do a triple crochet. And now you have this one long triple crochet piece. But see, you don't want this to be showing because that's like one long stitch. You want it to kind of be weaved over this round. So to get it to show going the other direction, you're going to be using these stitches like I told you, the ones from this other round below. You're going to grab this one, pull it up, do a triple crochet. And this one, you can pull it up. This round is much easier to do. And then you do a triple crochet going that way. And now you can see it's kind of crossed. And I'll show you again. You'll skip these first 2 stitches, and you'll be using them in a moment, and go right on to these, the one going this direction. Pull it up and do a triple crochet, and then on the next one as well. And then you'll be going in front of the stitch this time, not behind it. You're going in front of the stitch. You can use your fingers. I always use my fingers to find these 2 back here, and I push them forward like that so that I can grab it and do my triple crochet, and then my triple crochet. Just like that. Then again, you want to skip these 2. You'll be working in them in a minute. Do your 2 triple crochets. Just like that, and then you'll be going in front of them again. And again, I'm going to use my fingers to help push up this stitch here. When we went behind last time, these are the stitches we created from behind, and now we're pushing them forward to use this round. And then when you get to the last 4 stitches here, you'll have one going this direction, the ones we were using to finish our stitch. You've got one going this direction, and you don't really have anything to hook onto. So just like you did at the beginning of this row, you did 4 half double crochets. You'll do the same on this one. So these 2 back stitches that you were using to finish the stitch this round, you'll be going into the top, which is actually a single crochet now because we did single crochets, but on the top of those 2 stitches. And then of course in the places where you do your half double crochet. So this is what it should look like now. You get some running this way, some running this way. And now for the next row of the interweave cable, we'll be going this direction again. But since this is going back and forth, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And again, on the backs of the stitches like this, you'll always be doing a single crochet row. So you want a single crochet in each stitch around. Now we'll see you back here in a moment. Okay, then you want to chain 1 and turn. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you slow motion on how to do each of the rows. The one going this way that I'm about to show you now. When you go behind the stitch, and then the next row when you pull up those stitches. So I know that some people don't like slow motion, so I'm not going to do it in this beginning part, but just stay tuned if you're having difficulty. And at the end of this video, after I show you this next round, I should say row, I'll show you how to do it in slow motion, and hopefully that'll help you. So now you're ready to start the next row. So at the beginning of this row, you'll start with 2 half double crochets. And then we have our 2 half double crochets here, and then we have our back stitches coming underneath from going this direction. So we're mostly going to be working with the underneath ones as well to pull them up so that it has the weaving. So just always keep in mind you're going to be working with both this one and the one underneath every round. So we have our 4 half double crochets. We're going to be skipping the first 2. Well, not skipping, because see, we already did our 2 half double crochets. So we're going to skip the next 2, and go right into this stitch that's going this way and do a triple crochet. So we're going to be pulling that up and do our triple crochets worked on these stitches behind going this direction, pulling them up and doing our triple crochets on them. Now again, we're going to go behind, and we're going to be using these 2 skipped half double crochet stitches. So we're not going to be using the single crochets from last round. We're going to just go down another row and grab those half double crochets that we did, pull them up, and work our triple crochets on them. And that's how you'll be starting your row. And at the end here, you'll also be using these last 2 half double crochets, and then the and half double crocheting into the last 2 stitches. So now we'll skip these 2 stitches, the ones that are going this direction, and we're going to start into the ones that are behind this stitch going this direction. So I'm going to do a triple crochet, and we're going to grab up that post back here, do a triple crochet, and then we're going to be grabbing up the next post and do a triple crochet. I know it's kind of hard to maneuver, it takes some time to get used to. And then again, you'll go behind your stitches and you'll be grabbing up the one that you skipped a second ago that's going that direction, pull it up, and working your triple crochet onto it. And then again, pull it up, and then you'll skip 2 stitches, and then you'll go right into these ones that are behind and do a triple crochet on each of those. Then you'll go back behind and grab up the post of the 2 you just skipped. Oops. Okay, I'm going to take a moment and show on this last one how to do it in slow motion for those who may be having difficulty. So just remember that we're going to be working right now into these 2 half double crochets. So you'll do 1 in each of these half double crochets, and then you'll go from behind, and then using these last 2 finish the stitch. So here's a slow motion. Remember, skip 2 and then go into the next 2. There you go. And your last 2 stitches be 1/2 double crochet and 1/2 double crochet. Chain 1, and then you'll want to turn and do your single crochet row again. So go ahead and turn and start your single crochet row, and when I get to the next row, I'll remind you how to begin your row, and then I will show you how to do the next row in slow motion. Okay. Just back out a bit. Now again, since these 2 are in our 4th stitch from the beginning, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you only have 2 stitches at the beginning. Every time that happens, you know you need to go all the way over and half double crochet over these first 4. So half double crochet in the first 4 stitches. And then you'll start again using the ones going this way first, and then using these ones going this way. That's behind this one. So I'm going to be showing you how to do this in slow motion for those of you that may be having trouble. And again, you did 4 at the beginning, so you'll want to do 4 at the end. 4 half double crochets. So just keep in mind, whatever you do at the beginning, you'll be doing at the end as well. And every time you do 4 at the beginning, you know that your next row will now only be 2. And then you'll start working by skipping the next 2 and then working into your next stitch, which would be the one underneath here. It'll help you find the stitches if you just keep in mind that, you know, you should only be skipping 1. So if you don't see this one, you see that this one is going this direction, you're going to be going, well, how can I use those? And then you realize, oh, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to use the ones that are actually facing to where you can use. So you'll be grabbing up the post, this one, and then this one. It takes some time getting used to, but I hope that it's something that you can figure out. And I hope that this yarn was one that you could see. I know it's difficult to see these stitches sometimes. So let me know what you think. I hope that you liked the video, and this is just to show you how to make it back and forth so that you can make a blanket or anything like that. I've used, I try to use double crochets and slip stitches in the back just to try to make these holes smaller. Well, it doesn't work. The double crochets still have too much of a hole here, so I would not recommend this for a baby blanket unless you're planning on making some kind of cover. And like I said, I also try to use slip stitches back here, and it didn't work so much because it did make the holes more noticeable. At least with the slip stitches, I mean the single crochets, it does cover it up some. Makes it a little bit more fuller piece. So I definitely recommend you stay with using the single crochets and the triple crochets. I wouldn't change. So that is it. That is how you make the interweave cable stitch. And I hope that this tutorial has been helpful. And if it has or it hasn't, either way, please leave a comment below and let me know what you think of the video. And if there's something that needs to be improved on, maybe I can redo it or something. I can't edit or do anything to this video once it's published, but maybe I can add another video that can show you something else that you might have needed a little bit more teaching on. So that's it. Please check the description box below. I may have a video later on, or I should say a pattern later on the blanket, or maybe another beginner video to help you with this one. So that's it. Please don't forget to like and share this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.